Hello, I'm Cheryl Morales of the Newport News Tourism Development Office, and welcome to What's New in Newport News. Today's show is all about a new event that the city will be launching March 13th through the 15th, called the Newport News One City Marathon. It's an exciting weekend event that will include a 26.2-mile marathon, other races, and other community activities. So here to tell us more about what will be happening prior to the races is Elizabeth Gates. She is the Expo Director for the One City Marathon. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Well, I know the marathon itself will be held on that Sunday,
yes,
March 15th. But prior to the event, there is going to be a lot of activities, and you are in charge of a couple of them. Can you tell us about it?
The main kickoff event is going to be on Friday and Saturday, March 13th and 14th, and that's going to be the Health and Wellness Expo at the Marriott and City Center, and it's presented by Riverside Health Systems. And it's really, a 2-day welcome to the community. We're really encouraging a lot of community health, different ways for your family and you as an individual to live an active and healthy lifestyle. Maybe, you're kind of looking for ways to engage your family and, a weekend activity. And this is really a great way to kind of learn some tools, get some education, and really open your eyes up to what it means to live an active and healthy lifestyle.
Okay, great. So can you give us some examples then of some of the vendors that might be there?
Yeah. So like I said, Riverside Health System is the presenting sponsor, and they're going to have a booth at the Health and Wellness Expo. And throughout the weekend, they are going to be doing a couple different activities such as running analysis, metabolic testing, and heart rate variability, which I know are very big words and might sound a little daunting, but it's really kind of gearing you up to leading the best active and healthy lifestyle. So once you have these tools in your toolbox, then you can go out and feel confident that you're exercising the best way and you have the most education. And we're also going to have a lot of other vendors, some running specific, such as Point 2 Running Company. They provide apparel, they sell shoes, that sort of thing. And we also have, are in collaboration with the Virginia Health Department, and they are going to be doing a lot of community health, diabetes testing, free blood pressure screenings, as well as, entire family health focusing on men, women, and children.
Oh, that's great. So, definitely geared towards the running and the exercise, but, for those that aren't or just starting, perhaps this is a great way to get started, to make sure that you are on track, and I'm sure to give you some helpful hints, as well too. So there'll be some workshops too that are involved in all this.
Yeah, and so throughout the weekend we're going to have a couple different speakers. Desiree Williams is going to be doing a segment on stretching and yoga that's really geared more towards kids, as well as we're going to have a couple speakers from Riverside talking about nutrition, proper exercise habits, as well as stretching, injury prevention, that sort of thing.
Great. Remind us the dates and the times, too, that this is going to be happening.
The Health and Wellness Expo is going to be that Friday, March 13th from noon to 7 p.m. and then that Saturday, March 14th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Marriott and City Center.
So you mentioned kids. Is there going to be more for them there at the Expo?
Yes, and I think that's one of the really cool aspects that we have about the Health and Wellness Expo for this weekend. So the Virginia Department of Health is actually going to have an entire kids corner. And in that corner, we're going to have some live vegetables that really encourage kids, with healthy eating and show them that, healthy food is delicious as well. And some different exercises for them, such as relay races, hula hooping, really just kind of like, getting them excited about health and fitness.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun for the whole family.
Yeah,
really.
It is.
That's great.
And another really cool thing that we're going to have as well is the entire Newport News school system, K through 8, is actually going to be participating in an art contest. And so that art contest will culminate at the One City Health and Wellness Expo, and we'll be displaying the winning pieces of art throughout the weekend. And it's really, the kids have a way to display through their artistic talents what it means to them to live a healthy and active lifestyle.
Oh, I see the theme now.
Yeah,
oh, very good.
Yeah,
yes.
So we're really just wanting to get everyone involved in this and make it, a weekend that everyone, is proud of and can really, benefit from.
I've also heard that on Saturday evening, there's going to be a special dinner.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so there's going to be a pasta dinner that Saturday night at 6 p.m. p.m. at the Marriott in City Center. And something that is really exciting that I think everyone will really be looking forward to is our special guest speaker, Dave McGilvery. For those of you not familiar, Dave McGilvery is the race director for the Boston Marathon.
Wow, what an honor.
Yeah.
And I did hear that this is a Boston qualifier, Boston Marathon qualifier.
It is, yes. We were recently certified by USATF, the United States Track and Field. And so this race is going to be a Boston qualifier, so that's really, really exciting for all of our runners.
Good for Newport News.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, okay, so that is by ticket only, correct?
Yes.
Where could they get that information?
If you go to onecitymarathon.com and then you click on the Expo tab, you can buy your ticket from there.
Oh, right on the website.
Yes,
How
exactly.
Convenient.
Yep.
Okay, great. But going back to the Expo and the Health and Wellness Expo, that's free, right?
Yes,
for everybody?
exactly. It's completely free the entire weekend.
Very good.
Yes.
Elizabeth, I want to thank you so much for being with us and telling us all about what's going to be happening this weekend of the marathon. The Health and Wellness Expo sounds fantastic. I can't wait, and it's a great opportunity for the community. Thanks again.
Thanks, Cheryl.
And we're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we'll learn more about the marathon and the other races, as well as how you can get involved. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jim Bory, Newport News City Manager, and we want to invite all of you to participate in Health and Wellness Expo, which will be taking place right here at the City Center Marriott on March 13th and 14th. It really is about wellness and celebrating the value that we have in our city on wellness. It's not just for runners, it's for everyone. So please come and participate.
Well, welcome back to What's New in Newport News. This show is about the One City Marathon that's going to be happening March 13th through the 15th. And here to tell us more about this event is Jason Todd. He's president of Flat Out Events, and Telly Whitfield. He is the assistant to the city manager. And guys, I want to thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Telly, let's start with you. The marathon itself really combines 4 different types of races, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We have something for everyone. The Newport News One City Marathon, that's presented by Newport News Shipbuilding, is a long race. Obviously, marathoners are used to running the 26.2 miles and will be prepared for that. However, everyone's not going to run a marathon. That's not on my personal bucket list. So we have shorter races to appeal to others within the community. On the course, we actually have a relay option. So we can have teams of up to 4 individuals that can get together and experience the race course similar to the marathoners, just in shorter opportunities. So we have 3 exchange points throughout the race for individuals who want to run between 5 and 7 miles.
Well, that sounds really great. Family, friends can get together as a team, or an office, do it a competitive kind of, thing too.
Absolutely.
So.
That's what we're encouraging. And we've seen a lot of energy around teams of 2 to 4 folks are coming to get together and experiencing the race course with the marathoners. And you get a separate medal as well, which is really neat. In addition to the marathon and the marathon relay, we have the Maritime 8K, which is presented by Ferguson. The Marathon 8K is actually what my wife and I are running as we're starting to get going in the runners experience.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you. It's an effort, and we're not quite there yet. It is a run-walk event. So we really want to encourage those who may not be there yet to be fully invested as a runner, but really wants to experience and be a part of this event. The 8K actually starts and finishes downtown. Along with, we have a nautical mile fun run in which we're inviting everyone from the community, the kids to the young at heart, to participate. The fun run is actually sponsored by the Daily Press. So we're excited about all the things that are going on. Those 2 events, the 8K and the nautical mile, will be downtown. Okay. And it really leads into some of the other events like the One City One Celebration that we'll have as a post-race.
So Jason, tell us, how does Flat Out Events come into play with this?
Yeah, well, Flat Out Events, we're the race management company for the event, so obviously we'll have our hands in a lot of the activity throughout the whole planning process as well as race weekend. But our top priority on race day is to make sure that the runners have a great experience, and that's from the time that they come to the expo until the time they leave the One City, One Celebration. We want to make sure that their experience is very memorable.
Very good. Now this is the inaugural one, so this is a little, you know,
pressure's on, right?
pressure's on. That's okay though. It's exciting.
No,
you know,
it's
it
exciting
really
for
is.
us too as a Newport News business. I mean, this is a great fit. We wanted, you know, we wouldn't want anyone else to have this opportunity. So we're very excited to be a part of it.
Well, how did this all come about in the first place, Tally?
Sure. Well, as you know, the linear nature of the city sometimes has some challenges to it. So we really wanted to have some type of event to galvanize the community and showcase that we are one city, and we have so many great things that are going on within this one city. So a marathon is a great opportunity. Literally, we're almost 26 miles long. So to run a race from north to south and really pick up a lot of the great culture, the historic pieces of the city, a lot of our cultural amenities, the neighborhoods, our CNU, things of that nature. It's just a wonderful opportunity for us. But it's not just about the runner's experience. It's really about getting healthy as well. And I think quality of life to me means a healthy community. So we wanted to provide that option as well.
And we just heard from Elizabeth that we'll have that opportunity by going to the expo, which will be fun. And they can also get involved too by participating in the races, but also through different stations that are going to be throughout the marathon. Is that correct?
Absolutely. One of the unique aspects of this event is that really it's not just about the runners. To make it a wonderful runner's experience that Jason was kind of referring to, we want the community to be a part of this and celebrate that we are one city. So as the runners are going throughout the race course, we've designated 6 wave stations. There are cheering zones that we want people to come out to. But in addition to those 6 areas, we'd like the neighborhoods, the faith communities, nonprofits, civic and social organizations to also just come out and be a part too, and create your own wave station throughout the community.
So they can actually go on the website because there's a great map of the course itself, so they can see, oh, it's going through my neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Let's get, you know, the kids together, you know, to cheer on,
Absolutely.
you know, the runners. That's great.
And if they're interested in participating in the wave station, feel free to contact me. The number's on the website, 926-8621, and I'd love to talk to you and set that up.
Great opportunity too for businesses.
Absolutely.
I know there's a lot of organizations, you know, that have already signed up.
There are. We have several businesses that have decided that they want to showcase that they're part of the city too, and they'll have a wave station during that weekend too.
Well, Jason, the course maps are on the website itself, but could you give us some of the highlights?
Sure. So the marathon and the marathon relay both start at Newport News Park. So first thing in the morning, we'll be busing with the shuttle program the runners from the downtown area up to Newport News Park for a 7 a.m. start.
That is early.
It is. Even earlier to get on the bus. But,
sure.
Yeah, we'll bring the runners up to the start, and then for about the first 2 miles, they'll be going through the very scenic Newport News Park property there. It's a great start and a great way to start off a marathon. From there, they cross over to Industrial Park Drive, where they'll pass by our first wave station at Dozier Middle School. And then about 4 miles in, they'll make a left onto Warwick, where they begin their trek south. And then about 2 miles later, they come across the Denby Community Center and make a right onto Lucas Creek Road and really get into some of the residential areas of the northern district. And not long after that, they'll come across our second wave station at R.O. Nelson Elementary School, which also serves as our first relay exchange. So that's going to be a very busy area where runners are finishing their race, new runners are coming on to the course, our marathoners are keeping on trekking,
yeah.
and then obviously we want a lot of people there to cheer them on throughout that process. So that's just under 8 miles into the route when they come across the R.O. Nelson. From there, they get back onto Lucas Creek Road for the second time, and then they have a really long, straight stretch on Lucas Creek, which brings them to our third wave station at Riverview Farm Park.
Jason, if I can interject right there, because something about the wave stations that I really failed to mention earlier is we're really excited that we've partnered with Town Bank, and we're going to recognize the most energetic and festive and creative wave station with the Hometown Spirit Award. So I think that's another way to really get the energies flowing about coming and getting involved in this event.
Great. Oh, I think that's an absolute competition within the competition
There you
in
go.
a sense. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's good.
Right.
So we're at Riverview.
We're at Riverview. We're about halfway through the race now. The 13.1 mile mark is just after you come off Boxley back onto Warwick.
Yes. Okay.
And then you're coming into our second relay exchange zone at Yates Elementary School. So again, runners are leaving the course and new runners coming on. Then we get down to the Christopher Newport University area, onto the Mariners Museum Park property, which is gorgeous, and then on up Boundary Road, which is kind of a little hidden gem in the city, which it's the road that comes up just across from Warwick High School, but it's kind of a trail,
I know where you're talking
gravel
about.
road
Yes.
back there.
Okay.
So that'll be a little bit of variety along the route, and then back onto Warwick Boulevard, heading south again. We get into the Hilton neighborhood area. Hilton Elementary is our third exchange zone, and also another wave station, so another very active area. And then on down the city a little further to the War Museum at Huntington Park. At this point, runners are about 23 miles into the route. And just as they cross over Mercury Boulevard onto River Road and onto Huntington Boulevard, they're on the home stretch for the final 2.2 miles. So getting down into the shipyard area, it's a great finish. It kind of has that downtown feel as you're coming up Washington Avenue towards City Hall and passing the Apprentice School building there and all the nice new buildings downtown. It's going to be a really, really great finish, and we expect a lot of energy around the finish down at the Victory Arch.
About what time? I know it's hard, to estimate this, and all, but so that people have an understanding
Right.
of the timing. We started at 7 o'clock at the
Right.
Newport News Park.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, we're hoping that we do have some exceptional athletes come out and participate and maybe finish in the 2-hour and 20-minute time frame for the marathon.
Yeah.
But we do have a 7-hour time limit on the event, so runners are required to keep a 16-minute pace throughout the run. Or we'll have to, pull them off the route at some point.
Okay,
I see. But that's really, to keep things opening up behind and reduce the impact on the community with the route. But the big thing about the route that everyone's asking is about the Boston qualifier.
Oh, yes.
So we want to be sure that everyone knows the course has been certified. The certification number is posted on the website now, and you can go and check out the map as well on the USATF website.
Well, Telly, the 8K and the 1 nautical mile is a totally different course.
Right.
Can you tell us about
Right. Sure. For those of us who will not be running the 26.2 mile marathon, the 8K and the nautical mile are actually starting and finishing downtown. What's also unique to this race is that all the races actually have the same finish line. So while the marathon starts up north at Newport News Park, the shorter races actually are contained in downtown. So they start at 24th and West, and they're going to go over to a little bit showing some of the Southeast community and all the new things that are going on there with MLK Park, et cetera. And then we go back down, and all the races have the same finish line, which is really a neat thing.
That is. That's a great opportunity for that area, as well, because there's been so much growth and development, But what time does it actually start? The 8K, for example, and then the nautical?
Sure. The 8K starts at 7:45 in the morning.
Okay.
And the nautical mile starts at 10 o'clock. So actually for many parents and other families that may try to do the 8K, they can do the 8K and come back and have their friends and family and little ones and run the nautical mile with them.
Oh, great. Will they cross it all, the marathon and the 8K?
Yeah, there is a point. The amount of people that actually, cross one another will probably be minimal, but there is a point where the 8K comes back onto Huntington at 60th Street, and the two routes combine right there. So from 60th Street on down to the Victory Arch, the marathon and the 8K are on the same route.
So really the races are the showcase for the whole weekend. But we just heard from Elizabeth about the Health and Wellness Expo that's going to be happening on Friday and Saturday. And there's other events too that are going to be happening prior to the races. Can you tell us a little bit?
Absolutely. This is really about community engagement and involvement and showing that we are one city. So we have multiple things that are going on throughout the weekend. We actually kick off with the Friday night kickoff event. That's kind of an after work hours on Friday night. It's a family-friendly event down at Downing Gross in the Southeast community on that 13th evening. We'll have fun for outside games for the kids, some music, as well as food vendors as well. We really want to start the weekend off with a bang. In addition, we want people to get involved and get starting with that healthy, as Elizabeth mentioned, with the health and wellness. And to build on the health and wellness aspects of the event, we have a community field day that will be held down at historic King Lincoln Park. The idea is that we'll have like different line dancing events and basketball and flag football for the family to get involved in a beautiful setting. And then celebrate just being active. And finally, on Sunday, as all the runners are finishing up and all the excitement builds downtown with the finish line, we have a One City, One Celebration event that we're inviting everyone to come down and have a wonderful time.
Well, guys, thank you very much for letting us know everything that's going to be happening with the races and how we can get involved with it.
Absolutely.
And we're going to take a break right now so that we can show you the schedule of events that will be happening throughout the weekend of the Newport News One City Marathon. And when we come back, we'll talk more about the One City, One Celebration. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. With me right now is Shelley Izzano. She is the Superintendent of Special Events and Promotions for the City of Newport News to talk to us about the One City, One Celebration that we've heard so much about. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, it's race day, and the race starts at 7 o'clock that morning. So when will the One City, One Celebration start?
It starts at 8 a.m.
Oh my, right?
Yeah, it's early. We're well prepared to welcome everyone like they've never been welcomed before at 8 a.m. all through the day until 4 p.m.
Now this is going to be at the finish line, thereabouts, is that correct?
Correct. The finish line is located directly adjacent to the Victory Landing Park, which is actually the site of the festival and community day event.
Perfect location too.
Tons of activities. We have planned all through the day from 8 to 4, but in particular we have a very nice children's area set up. So there are nautical themed rides. There's a gamer's bus where you can virtually guide your own marathon runner on multiple big screens.
Oh, fun!
There's a 25-foot mural which everyone is welcome to help complete.
Oh, so it'll have different photos that you will be able to then color in, is that it, of the course race of Newport News?
It won't necessarily represent the course that the runners were on, but it will represent some of the landmarks and historic buildings, art pieces, the culture and heritage of the city. So that will all be included on the mural.
I see. So it's highlighting, you know, again, the
One City theme.
The One City theme. I love it. Yeah. So you could do your own marathon, in a sense, through this mural.
It can be a painting marathon,
yeah,
for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there also will be food, I hear.
Yes, there's a really good selection of food this year. We wanted to provide a wide variety of options to include healthy, healthy options and traditional festival fare. So you'll find, or guests will find, anything from gourmet soups, gourmet salads, seared scallops, to funnel cakes and sausages. So there's something there for everyone.
Y'all ready to celebrate?
And there's more fun?
Oh, there is tons of fun. A full day of dancing from 8 till 4. So our first band kicks off at 8:15, Tidewater Drive, and they'll perform a 1-hour set. And then following Tidewater Drive, one of the local favorites, the Ride On Band, is going to perform. The third performer who will follow the Ride On Band is Slap Nation. And I don't know if you are familiar with Slap Nation, but they are a very, very famous local band. But our headliner, or our relay, our fourth leg in the relay, is a Touch of Spice band, and they've been in the area for 20 years. And they're another wide variety of songs and styles, anything from classic rock to pop to jazz to R&B. And so as people are moving and dancing and, having fun, hopefully they're going to be building up an appetite and taking advantage of some of that healthy and traditional festival fare foods.
Very good.
So,
it does sound like a marathon of bands, you know?
It's a marathon of bands. It's a marathon of eating or refueling and, games and activities. And there's a very unique feature that we're going to include in the park that day. And it's a course rendering. And what I mean by that is there are going to be features within this course on site within viewing distance of the stage that represent different elements and different cultures within the city. So there might be a miniature landmark, a nautical demonstration, a historical marker, things that are recognizable to Newport News, related to Newport News. So even though they weren't able to run the course, they'll be able to feel like they did.
Oh, that's great. Now, all of this, is there an admission charge to get in?
No, ma'am. Free and open to the public, so free to all visitors.
What about parking?
We have a lot of on-street parking downtown, so there is a City Hall parking lot that will be available, parking lots in the super block, on-street parking spaces, and also we have handicap parking spaces available. And the Justice Building parking garage is specific for the handicap.
And free as well.
And free golf cart rides to shuttle you back and forth to the parking lots. Maybe if your feet have gotten a little tired from running and dancing.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, so we'll be there to assist everybody in every way we can.
Well, that's what your team is so good at.
They are. I mean, we're a great team. This is the same team that produces the 4th of July, Holly Dazzle, Fall Festival of Folklife. So you can expect the same caliber event filled with quality activities and an experience that, is one of a kind.
And we know that One City, One Celebration is going to be a signature event.
It is.
Well, Shirley, that's all the time we have right now, and I want to thank you so much for being on our show and telling us all about this. We're really looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for joining us. Whether you're a runner or not, there's going to be something there for everyone during the Newport News One City Marathon weekend. To get more information, you can go to their website at onecitymarathon.com or check out our website at newport-news.org and set your course for the weekend. See you there.
As the Newport News One City Marathon weekend approaches, one of the things that we have really been struck by is the tremendous level of excitement and enthusiasm throughout the whole city. We anticipate literally tens of thousands of people celebrating that weekend, either by running the race, by cheering others on, by participating in the Health and Wellness Expo, or by participating in the One City, One Celebration. It'll take place on the 15th at downtown Newport News. We hope you're excited as well and will join us for this fantastic weekend.